Okay, so why is the P-Bass superior? Here's why. Okay, so first of all, simplicity. One pickup, one volume, and one tone. All right, on to the next thing. Nah, just joking. In terms of pickups and controls, the P-Bass is as simple as they get, that you can just pick one of these up for your practice session or recording session or gig and just go. You don't have to worry about preamps or pickup blending or switching or any of that nonsense. You can just pick it up, plug it in, and go for it. And because it's such a simple bass, they're really easy to modify and repair. Super easy to swap out these pickups or do whatever you want to do to make it better or to repair it if you need to repair it. And yeah, super simple and super awesome. Second of all, the tone that you get from the P-Bass. It is by far the most iconic bass tone of all time. The tone of a P-Bass is instantly recognizable, and you can hear it on millions of hit records because it was loved by so many bass players back in the day. The P-Bass works with every genre and every playing style. Another great thing about the P-Bass tone is that it sits really well in the mix, and it will make your bass playing very present in the mix. Whether you're laying down the rhythm down here or soloing up here, you will be heard in any mix thanks to the tone of these mighty split coil P-Bass pickups. You can also use any type of strings, rounds, flats, tapes, whatever you want. The P-Bass will sound awesome regardless. Also, in my opinion, and some of you will hate me for saying this, but I reckon the P-Bass tone sounds best for playing slap. Here's an example. It's just so thumpy and deep and cuts through the mix so well that, well, not just for slap, but as you saw then, with a little bit of tapping, if you're playing fingerstyle or with a pick, it doesn't matter how you play it, the P-Bass sounds awesome. Now, I'm not sure if this next point is an entirely valid point as to why the P-Bass is superior, but I just thought it would be interesting just to include this point, and that's the feel of a P-Bass. Now, the biggest complaint that people make about P-Basses are the necks. Now, on most standard P-Basses, they have pretty chunky necks, and that can be a bit of a problem for some people with smaller hands, like yours truly. But, I mean, to be honest, I quite like the feel of a bigger neck on a P-Bass. You can get P-Basses with smaller necks. Some P-Basses, can include a jazz bass neck, which, you know, for those of you who know, jazz bass necks are smaller and more slim than P-Bass necks, which just makes it easier for people, especially people with smaller hands, to wrap their hand around. But I honestly don't mind, and I actually quite like the feel of a more chunky neck on a P-Bass. Makes me play bass differently, which is great because the more ways you learn to play bass, I mean, that's just more knowledge that you're gaining and more practice and more experience. And yeah, so with the making the point of the feel of a P-Bass, I mean, take it or leave it. I don't know if it's going to be helpful to some of you, but yeah, I just thought it would be good to include that in this video. Reason number 4 why the P-Bass is superior is availability. You can find these things literally anywhere. Go to any guitar store anywhere in the world and they would have at least a couple of P-Basses there for you to try out and buy. The P-Bass, well, should also say it is the most popular bass guitar in the world. I mean, 3 most popular bass guitars is the Fender P-Bass, the Fender Jazz Bass, and the Music Man Stingray. But out of those 3, the P-Bass is the most popular. Because of its popularity, there are millions of these things around. So if you're looking for a P-Bass, you don't have to go very far. Just go to your nearest guitar store and they're bound to have at least one in there for sale for you to try out. Okay, final point to make, and a very important point to make as well, is that the P-Bass is usually the go-to choice of bass guitar for session bass players. And the P-Bass tone is preferred and loved by a lot of producers because of how well the tone sits in the mix and how nicely it cuts through. So if you're a session bassist and you turn up to a session with your P-Bass, the producers are just going to love you because, you know, they're going to say, oh, perfect, absolutely beautiful, iconic tone. Everyone's going to recognize it. It's going to sit perfectly in the mix. It's not too complicated, it's nice and simple. Now, I should have made this clear at the beginning of the video that everything I've said in today's video, all the points that I've covered, are 100% my opinion. But just go out and buy a P-Bass. You need at least one in your collection. Go out and buy a P-Bass, you won't regret it.